that through it and live in the same town right now in Montana.
Are you depressed? Girlfriend leave you? Boyfriend? Dog die? Is a progressive leading in the polls in your district? Well, cheer up, bro or sis, because nothing will put a smile on your face quite like shooting steel targets. Hello everyone, my name is Rob with Armslist.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at a few products from Shooting Target 7, like these 10 and 12 inch steel gongs that will last you a lifetime, put a smile on your face, and most of all enhance the level of training you're getting with the firearm you're using. Shooting Target 7 makes a variety of steel targets, from gongs between 3 and 16 inches in diameter to 10-inch bullseye targets that are essentially a gong with a center donut hole and a smaller 3-inch plate behind that gives you an extra level of difficulty, to IPSC torso targets, which come in either standard full torso or bullseye configuration. Additionally, the company makes a heavy-duty, lightweight, and portable target stand, which we'll also be taking a look at. All targets come in either half, 3/8, or 3/16 inch thickness, depending on your needs, and are CNC laser cut from AR500 steel, which is probably the hardest, heaviest duty steel you can find made for steel targets on the market. There's only so much worthwhile training value you can get out of shooting holes in paper. That's one of the great things about steel targets, is that you get instant feedback on whether you made a hit or not. You're relieved of the kind of self-induced annoying pressure of getting a tight grouping, which doesn't really mean anything. You can just focus on hit or no hit, and you save valuable training time by not having to walk all the way down range, count holes in paper, and paste up new targets. But steel targets do have their limitations, namely that you can't shoot them at close range, and you have to abide by a minimum standoff distance that varies depending on whether you're shooting rifle or pistol, and specifically which caliber you're shooting. However, there's another reason we want to maintain a proper distance from the target, and especially quality targets like these, and that is that it extends the life of the target and will give you a lifetime of use out of them. In addition to maintaining the proper distance from the target and not shooting it with a caliber it wasn't intended for, such as shooting a 3/16 inch plate with a 300 Win Mag, that would be bad. It's important that you properly set up the targets. So two of the most important things are, one, that the target be allowed to swing freely. You don't want to have anything propped up against the back of the target that would not allow it to swing freely. Energy takes the path of least resistance, right? So it's easier for the energy of the bullet to dissipate by just pushing the plate back than it is to punch straight through the plate. So if you have something propped up against the back of it, there's nowhere for the energy to go but straight through the plate. And depending on the type of round you're using, the caliber, this can cause pitting, damage to the plate, and eventually a hole straight through the target. Two, you want to make sure that the target is mounted at an angle. You do this by making sure that the chain is mounted as far back on the bolt as it can effectively or realistically go. The reasons for this are, one, safety. When the round strikes the surface of the plate and breaks apart, the fragments will be deflected downwards instead of back in every which way. And two, as we've been saying, for the life of the target. Energy in the form of heat is what causes the most damage to the steel targets. So by angling the plate just ever so slightly, you deflect energy away from the surface of the target and prevent damage. Whereas if you had it flat, flush, facing straight on, it would take a direct 90-degree perpendicular hit, which transfers the most energy to the target itself, which you don't want, and yields the most heat. The target stand that Shooting Target 7 sells makes hanging your targets and hanging them properly very simple and easy. It's robust, as you can tell by the fact that I've already accidentally shot it twice, one in each leg, once 9mm and one with 45. Oops, but still works as good as new. And it's also nice because it's light and portable. You just need a piece of 2x4 and some cheap nuts and bolts from Home Depot, and there you go. It's incredibly sturdy, And as long as you kick the legs out as wide as they'll go and set it up on flat ground, there's no way it's going to fall over. So I'll take you through a Charlie Chaplin-like setup and breakdown to show you how quickly and easy it is to set up these targets. So I just leave the chains attached to the target. It makes it easier to carry. The front of this thing gets splattered with lead, so you can avoid touching it that way. There's no real reason to take them off unless you want to flip the target around and shoot it from the other side, which you should do from time to time. You should flip it back and forth. Or you put a round straight through the center of the bolt, which I already have done, but no big deal. You can either get some new bolts for a few bucks from Shooting Target 7, or you can just go down to the local hardware store and pick some up for next to nothing. All right, so taking a look at some of the targets we've been using already, our testing thus far has included, I'm gonna use my notes here just to make sure, 22 LR, 9 mil, 380, 38 Special, 357 Magnum, 45 ACP, 223 and 556. We even used the M855 with the steel core penetrator, 7.62 by 39, 545 by 39, 308 Winchester, 30-30, 30-06, and 12 gauge 1-ounce slugs. So the weakest point of these plates are the corners. You'll be able to see there are chips in the corners, which is kind of inevitable, caused by high velocity rifle rounds. But especially with the amount of rounds we threw with this thing and the fact that we used the M855 with the steel core and 30-06 from the proper distance, from no further than 100 meters for those rounds. But the front of this thing, the surface of it, is as smooth and damage-free as the brand new ones. So if you maintain the proper distance and set it up correctly, it will last you a lifetime. The price, just to give you an idea, as of today, at least the 10-inch plate goes for $47, 12-inch plate for $65, and the stands go for $125 with free shipping. Other than that, you'll want to go to a hardware store, pick up a 2x4, some extra bolts, and some spray paint to hit the targets with so you can see them from time to time. But other than that, that's all you need to have a fun, productive day of training at the range. As always, if you like, please subscribe, leave your questions, comments below, and don't forget to check out our friends at Shooting Target 7 if you're sad or depressed, or you just are in the market for some good quality AR500 steel targets. As always, I'm Rob with Armslist.com. Take care and thanks for watching.